Oh, can anybody even hear me? Even. Oh, sorry about that. My bad. Forgot to put my little mic down. Alright, to storm toss seas. Oysters on the half shell. Alright. Go find Urianger. Let's do this. He's right there. Thine affairs are in order, then I shall unfold to thee my proposal. What are we gonna do to fix us from breaking when all this light we've absorbed from light wardens? Our destination is the ocean floor, yet our goal is not simply to arrive there. Nay, we must needs have the means to breathe and fight freely. Thus, would I petition the aid of one of the Fae, a being with whom I have yet to meet face to face. Rather than waste words on explanation, I bid thee follow me into the hamlet of Sullen, which lieth to the south and west. All will become abundantly clear, I promise thee. Oh, I thought I was going somewhere, but apparently not. See where I go next. Guess we'll just leave town then. Out to Lakeland. That gate. Go. Oh yeah, this is much easier than riding around. I like my flying. The name of the town, Weed, and then Brick. Very simple, simple names here. Here's our buddy. Alright, here's Urianger. Let's see. There, to the west, canst thou discern the hump of an isle rising above the water? Yep. That foliage-covered mass hideth the key to our safe descent. Swim close and plunge thee beneath the surface. Thou shalt soon divine the reason for my insistence. Though it may be much to my shame, I can but flail and flounder where thou mayest glide as a fish. I shall board a boat to the island and spare one and all the spectacle of mine inept strokes. That's funny. Alright. Fly on over there. It's like a boat. Really does look like a boat. Alright, let's drop. Boop. Go underneath. A glowy thing. That must be where I'm going. Suspect rock formation. Two curved slabs of rock seem squeezed together here, giving the impression of giant stone eyelids. Yeah. I was thinking more like a mouth or something, but okay. Or one on the other side as well. Oh, there we go. Okay. Dang. Though it appears solid enough, the rock yields slightly under your touch. Was the surface gently shifting, or was it just your imagination? And then I have to go back and talk to him. Well, what hast thou discerned? It's just like the big one, yes, yes. Reminds me of a certain primal, we'll say that. Most perceptive. According to the lore of the pixies, we are, even now, perched upon the back of an ancient fey entity. Its name is Bismarck. Aye, the selfsame title by which we know the great feathered whale revered by the Vanu Vanu of the source. Oh, wow. I would enlist its aid to bear us from the deep, and thence banish the water with an airy sphere, alike in form to the domes which do shelter the hamlets neath the ruby. Within its compass we may move unencumbered, and defend ourselves when the hour of battle cometh, as it most surely shall. I must needs ask for silence whilst I make my supplication. All right. Bum 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 bum.
Wir Sach, Bilan Bismail.
O great and serene Bismarck. Long has it been since my name was called. Why do you wake me, little neighbor?
Fallen si lor wislan. Ada si alina.
To the bottom of the western sea we go. Pray lend us your back and your breath. This world is in twilight. I wait for the sun to set. I wish only to sleep.
Oh dear. I don't need to speak Fae to know that didn't go well.
Tired. Been awake for too long. I know what to do. Ooh. My adorable sapling, you've learned to call me at last.
And where do you go? On a trip? A journey? I knew you wouldn't give up without a fight. Oh, my precious mortal, I shall help you in any way I can. Gers Bismel win picked. Van dromi drom Jacob. Van Red Rithje.
Their wish be the king's command. What a rare thing to awaken to. My beautiful king, if it be thy wish, then so shall it be done.
Be sure to scrub this one's teeth for him upon your return. It's only good manners.
It will be done, Your Majesty. Our deepest thanks for your timely intervention.
Brush his teeth.
An agreement is reached and your departure is at hand. You wingless ones best hold on tight.
Alright.
May
See.
the blessings of the Fae keep you safe, Inba.
To the western sea we go, wrapped in my breath. I will see you to your destination, little neighbors. I'm sorry. Cut off a little. Dude. Flying whale.
And just like that, it's all gone back to the way it was.
Except you're about
What
to
was you
see a
expecting?
flying whale.
100 years of honey and rainbows.
Huh.
Seeing them Yulmore types wake up and smell the ashes was miracle enough for me.
The magic in the air when that ladder started moving. And when that great hulking Talos rose up. Gods. I could live 1,000 years and never behold anything so
Oh yeah,
amazing.
check this out, dude.
What the? Do you see that?
What a monster! Where did it even come from?
Oh snap.
It's not stopping.
That's funny.
Run!
That's pretty funny. Hmm. I have fulfilled my duty. I return now to the lake. Have not flown in an age. It was pleasant. May your journey be a safe one, little neighbors. Roar.
The breath of Bismarck. See how it swells to form a dome beneath the waves? The waters recede. The tempest's floor is laid bare. In defiance of the blinding sky, this place holds fast to its gloom.
So it's still
The last refuge of he who denies
Rahatia
the
or
light
whatever his name
with
is.
every fiber of his being. You stand at the precipice, hero. Journey unto the heart of darkness. Finish it.
Alright. Alright. Ha! Gulp. Full glad am I that Bismarck was true to his word. We are arrived in the Tempest City, safe and dry. 'Tis here that we shall find the lair of him itself, and I believe the imprisoned exarch as well. For an Ascian alone, it is of course a trifling matter to flee up unto the rift. Yet I suspect such travel is nigh impossible with a mortal in one's custody. Nay, he would not soon risk his prize when the exarch's very body serveth as the key to the crystal tower and its powers of temporal transportation. Thus am I all but certain that this underwater realm harboreth our friend and enemy both. We have but to find them. In the event that you leave the area, speak with Newell at Venmont Yards in Kalusia to return to the Tempest. Alright. Waiting in the depths. See what Thancred's got to say. Now, as for where we should be looking, I rather doubt Emitsalk will be sitting around out in the open. I propose we follow the slope down towards the deeper trenches and keep an eye out for rock formations large enough to house a stronghold. Let's be off then, but watch your footing. The ground is still wet and like to be slippery. I wonder. Nope. No flying. There we go. That looks like something interesting. the water. Looks very strongholdy. Who's that? Oh, he's like one of the Sahagan people. Okay, he ran away. We'll follow him down here. Can I tune now? Yes, I can. There they are. Okay. Finless ones, they followed me. Why have you come? Was it you who took away our water? Well, sorta. Ah, so this is where the Ondo make their home. I had wondered. Pray, forgive us any inconvenience we have caused. We were not aware your people lived here in the Tempest. We need this great dome of air that we might conduct a most urgent search, and thus beg you for your understanding. Chieftain, what are we to do? Excuse me. Are you emissaries of the Ancient Ones? The mysteries have stirred. We have seen the illuminated land shining through the gloom of the abyss. You are the emissaries, the chosen. I bid you welcome. If you are not, I bid you leave. I am not sure I understand. Would you be willing to elaborate? It would seem not. I suggest we withdraw for the moment. So what's the plan? Given your condition, I'm reluctant to suggest lingering here. That said, our presently meandering search would proceed far more swiftly if we could call upon the Ondo's local knowledge. Yes, I'd like to know more about this illuminated land the chief spoke of. Could it be Emmett Salk's stronghold, do you suppose? Perhaps he lit the lanterns upon his return. Cannot dismiss the possibility, but if these Ondo refuse to speak with us... You remember my first scheme for entering Yulmore, how I had planned to ingratiate myself by offering lucrative trading opportunities with the Ondo? The individual I dealt with was reticent in manner and curious in custom, but we were able to reach an agreement nonetheless. I believe that was the right approach. We can build a similar relationship here. What kind of approach did you have in mind? The chieftain fellow didn't leave us many options. If we are to tread the swiftest course, then we must needs locate its beginning. His plain, our all too dramatic arrival, hath thrown the settlement into confusion. Were we to solve such problems as we have caused, and assure our hosts thereby that our purpose here is not inimical to them, They may yet prove amenable to reason. I smell chores, but very well, if it can be done quickly. What do you think? I've nothing better to offer, but I do worry what will happen if the Ondo's tales end up leading us to a dead end. I cannot say for certain, but I sense this tribe has a deeper connection to the Asians than first meets the eye. It warrants further investigation. Thus, I cast my vote in favor of aiding the settlement for the time being. What will you say? Let's do what we do best. Then it is settled. Y'shtola, pray proceed with your investigations. The rest of us will see about fostering some goodwill. Alright. Talk with Alphino. Augustine, you won't believe who I've just bumped into. This is Posh's own, the very fellow I did business with prior to our ill-fated stay in Yulmore. I waited and you did not come. Then the Mistle came, but his visits did not continue. I am truly sorry, Posh's own. Things did not proceed as planned. Is there aught we can do for you by way of an apology? Perhaps. Where the dry return. Cavern to the north is home to giant crabs. We do not fear the crab, for we are the swifter swimmers. Now there is no water. We run, and they scuttle close behind, nipping and snapping with their claws. There are too many of them. Too many. I believe I can be of assistance there. And what of you, Augustine? If you have not found a task, you're most welcome to join me. Indeed, I should appreciate the company. Where the dry return has a rather ominous ring to it. Wait a minute. Okay, so I have to go up this way first. Then I can turn. And quite a ways. Quite a hike. Yeah, I'm not doing this right now. Is that it? Little cave? Like it might be. Yeah, where the dry return. Okay. Oh, I guess I better go off the mount. There's one of those landmark things. Let's do a slash lookout. Oh, got it. Come on now, one more. Alright, got that done. Let's make this go a little bit faster. Where are they taking me? Back to that city? Better just warp. Oh, another lookout. Alright. Let's talk to this guy. You can crack their shells. You must be stronger than you look. I see you've reached your quota first again. I shall never be your equal in such tasks. Still, I would say we have reduced the local crab population to a far less threatening number. My thanks to both of you. You must have a reward. Nay, Parshon, this was to be a part of my apology to you, remember? Besides which, the lack of water is our doing, to which we must also make amends. Might I convince you to tell us something about your village instead? I would very much like to hear more of you and your people. Very well. Before the flood came, it is said that our ancestral home was found in the seas to the south. It was utterly destroyed by the light. Only those who were out hunting survived. They swam, aimless and lost, until they spied buildings here on the ocean floor. Strange buildings they were, and long had they stood under the water. Yet somehow they had been spared the scars of time and current. Structures provided shelter for my people, protection from the tempest's turbulent waters, and the predators which hunted within them. Their very existence seemed a miracle. First settlers pondered their good fortune. It was clear that the race who had built such wonders had guided their course, and from this did they discern the truth. that the ancients had chosen us to serve as caretakers of their eternal sanctuary until such time as they returned. Thus, if it is judged that your coming and this great vanishing of water was by the ancients' design, you will find warm welcome here. Truly astonishing history, yet I cannot help but wonder, how will the significance or otherwise of our arrival be decided? The ancients have blessed us with protection and prosperity. If your presence serves to bring us the same, there will be no doubt in the matter. Then it would seem our earlier decision was the correct one. Thank you for the lesson, Pasha's Own, and we'll continue to do all we can to assist your people. Should you desire our help with any other trouble, pray do not hesitate to ask. You should return to the task at hand, only do not try to overexert yourself, my friend. The risk far outweighs the gain. Alright. There. Here's this dude. Or Yerstola. City of the Ancients. Yerstola appears deep in thought. Let's see. Augustine, have you learned aught of note? Fascinating, and precisely the sort of information I was hoping to hear. In fact, if you have a moment, I'd like to borrow your eyes to confirm a theory I've been working on. Come. There she is. Now, there are 2 tasks I would have you perform. First requires you to inspect the buildings which surround the Ondo settlement and note their most distinctive characteristics. For the second, I wish you to use this knife to take scrapings from one of the remnant walls. Pray be as thorough as you can. I shall be waiting here for the results of your investigations. Why does she get to sit back there and wait? Inspect the structures of the Ondo cups for distinctive features. And move the camera as well. Okay. Oh. A window. Okay. The tall, slender towers feature many elaborate windows, the likes of which you have seen nowhere else. There's the remnant wall. Let's get that. I need to scrape it. Set the point of the knife against the wall, but even after applying considerable pressure, you cannot remove so much as a flake of stone. Okay. What have you discovered? Yes, I would agree that the windows are most distinctive. It seems the structures appear the same to both your sight and mine. And you say you could not so much as scratch the wall, even with all your might behind the blade? Augustine, everywhere I turn in this place, my gaze is drawn by peculiar materials for which I do not have a name. The buildings I had you investigate are prime examples. They may appear to be constructed of ordinary stone, but I assure you it is nothing of the sort. If pressed, I would describe the substance as a composite of several mineral properties, blended to create a material of unparalleled durability. Even the Ronkin Empire, once the greatest power in Norvrant, produced nothing which compares to this level of perfection. But if not the Ronkins, then who? Who were these ancients the Ondo claim as the architects of their sanctuary? I suspect our answer lies with the reason Emet-Selch withdrew here to the Tempest. He may simply have wished to retreat somewhere mere mortals would struggle to reach. But there are many such remote locations. Why here specifically? Emet-Selch is devoted to his role, and thus we must assume his choice of stronghold somehow serves the Ascian agenda. Mayhap 'tis a place more dear to him than any other. Was built by ancient Ascians. Could this place provide power to Emet-Selch? That was my first thought as well. Yet, no matter how superior the materials, a ruin is just a ruin. It is naught that would decide a battle's outcome. Which brings us to my second theory, that he has some other, more personal connection to this site. What if these structures are remnants of a time before history, of a star that was yet whole and unbroken? Such traces in the source would have been obliterated by the succession of umbral calamities. Here in the first, they might have remained untouched for millennia. Copy of the mural in the Katana Revel. Almet presented it to me during my visit to Fanau, after our victory in Kalusha. Here in the first scene, by Emet-Selch's own words, it depicts a city of eons past and the disaster which befell it. The design is much simplified, of course, but do you see the similarities between its towers and those you have just inspected? We're close to the truth, I feel. Let us search the surrounds for another tower, one which matches the picture near enough to remove all doubt. From what I have seen, not more than sand and more sand lies to the east. South held no such structures. I suggest we try our luck further to the northwest. may view the Katana Revel mural at any time during this quest by using the relevant item in the key items menu. Okay. Quest destination will not be displayed on the map. You must search for a structure which resembles the buildings in the mural. Then inspect it from the survey point. The survey point will be found nearby in a location which allows a full view of the structure. All right. Northwest, she said. Okay. Walls of the Forgotten. Dude, I am not seeing anything. No idea where I'm supposed to be going. Thing over here looks like. Should be over here. This is the cups all in here. I cannot find. Anybody sees any glowy areas, please let me know. Starting to be a pain, I'm about to look it up. Old City of the Ancients. Y11. This, oh, maybe that's it. Oh, look. Ether current. Huh. Here we go. Oh, okay. Hi, this is the mural writ large. Though I cannot guess at its purpose, it must have been an imposing sight. How much of the tower's weight lies beneath the ground, I wonder? Centuries of our history have settled upon such ruins, countless layers of dust and sediment, an entire civilization, its existence forgotten by all except a handful of Asians. Yet it did exist. They lived here, in this city. But let us focus on what we've learned thus far. The Ondo chieftain spoke of mystery stirring, of a land illuminated. Judging by his words, he believes this phenomenon related to the ancients' return. Thus, we can surmise that what the Ondo saw shining in the abyss was, in all likelihood, yet another remnant of this age-old civilization. Who else would light the lanterns, as Reen put it, than Emmett Selk himself? 'Tis almost certain he is there. Okay. But if we are to find this stronghold in a timely manner, it seems gaining the Ondo's trust remains our swiftest path forward. I only hope our deeds are enough to win them over. Light of inspiration. Thank you for assisting me with the investigations. I shall seek out our companions and share what we have learned. Much as I would like to tell you to sit down and leave the rest to us, your condition demands that we make all reasonable haste. If you are not too weary, it may be useful to speak with Pausius Owen again and ask if there is aught else he is willing to divulge. Oh my goodness, I gotta start from scratch in here. Um, Alphino's friend, you and your companions have done much to repair the damage caused when the waters parted. Anything else you can do? Have you been to the walls of the Forgotten? Come from them. The remnants to the northwest? Yes. Visit them? You visited them unbidden? Could it be that your footsteps were guided by the ancients? I believe it may be so. Listen then, and I will tell you of our plans to bring light to the walls, that we might answer the shining call of the illuminated land. We have requested a finless craftsman to shape for us a sacred lamp. He is odd for a land dweller, choosing as he does to live in the ocean, but his skill is beyond question. It is concerning, however, that we have heard nothing of his progress. If you were to visit this artisan and return with our long-awaited light, then any doubt as to your purpose would be laid to rest. His name is Grenault. You will find his workshop in a metal structure to the south. Another unlock one. Long have I waited to converse with one of your kind. Now is cool. How may I address you? Raubon's left arm. Yeah. Augustine Greenfeld. Curious. Before we speak at length, there's something I would show to you. Let us leave behind the cups and head west. Come. Yeah, I'm not. Supposed to go inside that thing? No, I could. The workbench. Like. Oh, that's just great, that is. Me mind's playing tricks on me now. Look, Grenault, someone's come to visit ye at the bottom of the bleeding ocean. Or might be as you're a ghost, eh? Go on, foul shade, feast yourself on me rotten soul. I've got no use for it. A craftsman what can't craft is more pointless than a sea slug with a dolmen hammer. That's an insult to bloody sea slugs. Grenault appears to be suffering from a crashing bout of self-doubt. Maybe you can psych him up. Alright. Psych him up. Hey, you wouldn't be trying to raise me spirits now, would you, spirit? Not what you'd expect from a servant of the netherworld. Have we met before? Might be as we crossed paths back in the Crystarium, but I don't reckon we've been formally introduced. Name's Grenault, and this here's meant to be me underwater sanctuary, place where I can give myself over to me work, far from the distractions of the outside world. Yet here we stand. What's so damned important that you dive all the way down to the bottom of the bleeding tempest to bother me? Ah, the Ondo's lamp. Gods curse me, empty head. I've not so much as made a start. I'm worth less than a sea slug. Nay, the slime left by a sea slug. Me delivery date's long past. Me workbench is untouched. and I call myself a bleedin' artisan. You've heard their beliefs, have you? Bringing light to them ruins will be an act of deep religious and cultural significance. Oh man, click through the stuff. Me mind's a bleedin' blank. Sorry, dang it. Tell me you've got summit to show me. Summit as'll give me a muse, a right good kick up the arse. The Ondo want to honor the coming of these ancients, so their answering lights got to blaze with the right kind of brightness. Like the spark of life caught in a crystal. But just being sparkly's not enough. It's got to dance with joy and sorrow and a sense of hardship endured. You know what I mean? Renault seeks a particular kind of inspiration, the kind that crystallizes only at the culmination of a long and tragic tale. Complete any of the role quest lines available at the Wandering Stairs in the Crystarium. Then return to Grenalt once more. Oh, come on. Guess I'm going back to the Crystarium. Maybe? Oh. Well, there you have it, Augustine. Limeg. It's a bit bare at the moment, I know, but we'll collect more dream bubbles and we'll fill all the place with fun things again. What are the gates to the other regions? Shouldn't we try to reopen them as well? Well, we should and we will, but first we need to focus on the one that's already open. As it stands, Lakeland is still vulnerable to Unlad's influence. In order to keep them and their nightmares away, we must make mortals happy by filling the regions with fun dreams. See, Augustine, there's still much to be done. Won't you helping us so that mortals and pixies can have a place? As long as you don't play tricks on me. Huzzah! Thank you, Augustine. I wouldn't dream of playing tricks on you. After all, I'm a good Titania-fearing pixie. Without further ado, let's get to work bringing smiles to the people of Lakeland. For your part, I want you to gather lots of dream materials, items that we can enchant and use to rebuild Limeg. Lakeland is home to many lonely orphans, so objects that would alleviate loneliness would be ideal. My thanks in advance, Augustine. What about recommendations of loved and lost? Ol is eager to hear what Grandson has to say. Grandson, I've given you ample time to consider the path that has brought you here, where it invariably leads all who walk it. I didn't know what to do after I lost Melinda, how to mourn her or how to live. I felt that if I put all on the Kaya sign, put my everything into the hunt, that at least I wouldn't have to think about myself or what comes next. I wanted to hollow myself out and fill up that hole with hate, forget who I was, and irony of ironies. That's just what the poor bastard tried to do to himself a century ago, too, isn't it? Hard men making hard choices. What rot. Maybe. Still, that thing's no more than a mindless eater. Nothing it can say or do to make it right. So I'll finish the hunt for Melinda and for Brandon, and then I'll move on. Move on, you say? Can't live off hate. Shouldn't have made it this far, frankly. And the more I try to reach for it, the more I find sorrow, pity. Curse not fate, but mourn her victims. Remember the dead as they lived. Aye, something like that. Reckon Augustine would agree, and Melinda, if she were here, would probably slap me a dozen times and call me a bloody fool for acting the way I have. Maybe you've been thinking about doing that in her stead, eh? Apologies for treating you with such disrespect before, Soul Owl. I'd like to claim I finally understand what you've been trying to tell me all this time, but I'm still getting my head around it. Recognizing your faults is the first and most important step. I will tell you what I know of the claws of Orthus. The ring, together with the bracelet and choker, were 3 relics passed down through the royal family over generations, signifying the owner's right to rule. Princess Saldia was the last of her line, and after her death, they were stored in a sanctuary for safekeeping. However, a year ago, a band of thieves learned the ones who stole the fangs and eyes of Orthus. Yes, the relics were concealed with magical wards. I can only presume that once they were spirited away, the chaos sign was then a presence. Even in death, a slave to duty, you said. Think he pursued the thieves out of an instinctive loyalty to his princess? That I do. After all, he was content to leave them be so long as they remained hidden. Only 2 of the 3 were taken. Then the 3rd is still. Claim the claws of Orthus, and he will surely come for you. Yes. Gaius is where you must go. Once you arrive at the place I marked on your map, cast this powder into the air. The glamour will fade, and you will see the chest with the ring. The rest is up to you. Thank you, Sulol. Promise we will bring your friend peace. Me, sinner. May you find peace as well, child. Alright, guys. I do not think I will be finishing this tonight. Taking me this long. Let's get just quests. Having to skip around. Totally gonna fall asleep here at the keyboard in a second. Past my bedtime. Mushroom powder. Toss the powder into the air and it slowly settles to the earth as light. A coffer begins to take shape. Fight another Sin Eater life warden. This must be the claws of Orthus. All that's left is to decide when and where we want to confront the Eater. There we go. Or we could deal with it here and now. Speak of the devil and he shall appear. Hey there, old man. I don't know you, and you don't know me, but I know your story. I know this isn't you, and I know that if Lady Saldia was here, she'd say the same thing. It'll all be over soon, I promise you. Go, go, go. Oh boy, this is gonna take a while. Put a little dot on him. Time for a heal. Nice. Oof. Don't think I was supposed to do it that way. I'm gonna try this again tomorrow. I'm sorry, guys. I'm falling asleep, so thank y'all for tuning in for a little while and watch me struggle through this. But I gotta get some nighty night. Later.